Alright, so boom. Since the Boruto stands are threatening to unsub because we aren't reacting to Boruto, guess I gotta react to Boruto. Psych, we ain't watching no fucking Boruto around here. Best I could do for you is a review. No, but in all seriousness, Boruto stands, I'll see y'all in the comments when we get to the Boruto manga material, because you know damn well you're coming back for that. Let's not lie to ourselves here. Now, I was planning to already watch some of these episodes, some of the newer episodes off camera and just do a review of them, but I kind of been getting sidetracked with a lot of the reactions we're doing. But I finally managed to watch the two most recent episodes and decided to review them as a package deal here. And yes, I'll admit right off the bat that both these episodes are way better than anything this arc has given us so far. But that's like getting mystery meat from your high school cafeteria lady, and then the next day you get a chicken sandwich. It still ain't no sirloin steak from a Michelin star restaurant, but it's good enough for you to be comfortable with. That's pretty much how I feel in a nutshell about these recent two episodes. So in episode 241, we kind of start off with Ikuda's sister literally slaughtering this random ass villager for no reason. I still don't know to this point, after watching both episodes, what the purpose of this scene was. Was this to just establish that they're, you know, relentless killers? I think this was honestly meant to kind of soften the blow of Boruto and Kaguya slicing her in the fucking next episode, you know, make them look like the heroes. But yeah, other than that, really, this first scene seemed so pointless. It's kind of corny in a way, because it almost felt like it was trying to make the series or the arc seem badass just through a senseless murder scene for no reason. So I really didn't get this scene at all. Like, I'm sure we're never going to hear about those people who betrayed the Funato for any reason in the future episodes at all. And we go into a little conversation with Boruto and Ikuda talking about the same shit. You know, Ikuda's dream to bring everyone together with chips and how he has to learn all this new stuff. It seems like a lot of the same stuff that we've been hearing throughout the arc about Ikuda and how he feels about, you know, making ships and doing all this stuff that he does. After that, we get into my personal favorite scene about this episode, and I think this scene for me carries the entire episode writing wise, and that is the internal conflict and the internal dispute with the three convicts from the Mist Village. They talk about not really getting their hopes up for, you know, cutting their years off their sentence. This really plays into a future scene where this girl with the long hair finds out that they're only getting 3 years off their sentence once they get back. I love how the one girl with the long hair disagrees with the other two, and I like how the other two kind of warmed up to Kaguya and kind of respect him in a way and refused to kill him in order to get their freedom type shit, you know? It really was a wholesome moment for you know, these three, and it was an interesting and entertaining conflict to watch happen from the start. I really like the concept of the Suicide Squad thing, and just to have it all build up to this one moment where they're really starting to think differently about how they want to act and who they respect when it comes to people like Kaguya, you know. Definitely was a turning point for their characters, and the internal dispute with this one girl really was interesting and fun to watch. And then we get into just I don't know, man, like Ikuda's sister confronts him finally with, you know, the most obvious confrontation. We saw this coming from a mile away. I say the only thing I didn't see coming was that his sister only let him go to see how bad the Land of Waves was, but he kind of liked it in the end, so she kind of got, you know, salty a little bit. But other than that, they went into backstory about how they have this special water power or whatever, and it's just like I don't really care about it too much, to be honest. It's just some random obscure, like undetailed power so far to me. Next scene, we get Kaguya walking over to Kawaki to talk about his feelings about the prisoners. Now, this is good dialogue for Kaguya and, you know, future events regarding the prisoners that he's trying so hard to help. But it just seems so forced. It really does. I'm sorry, but this conversation started so randomly and abruptly. And why Kawaki, you know? It really doesn't make sense to me. It just seemed like a random forced interaction, and Kawaki is just there. That's how I feel about the entire main cast. Sarada, Kawaki, Boruto, and you know, fucking Denki squad as well. They feel so forced into some of these, you know, character building moments with Kagura and Ikeda. Like I don't see, it seems so unreal. Like I can't really vibe with it much. Besides that, I did like what Kagura had to say about, you know, his mission to basically show these guys a new light, a new path, similar to how Boruto did for him. That was all cool stuff. It's just the way it was presented to the audience and who he talked about it to was just so abrupt and random. Yeah, afterwards we finally get into the scene with the dispute between the three convicts, and yeah, this personally was my favorite part about the episode. But trust me, they'll ruin it in the next episode. But let me say that for later. In my opinion, they ruined it in the next episode. Anyways, this girl tries to kill Kagura, she fails, and then she fucking jumps backwards out of a window, escaping for whatever reason, and Kagura did nothing to you know, confront this situation or do something about it. He kind of just talked to her, which didn't go anywhere either. So bam, episode wasn't entirely bad, but it still wasn't anything amazing by any standards, you know. I'll give it probably a 3 out of 5 stars. So boom, episode 242, and this leads into one of the best fights of this arc so far, and that is Boruto and Kagura versus Ikeda's sister. I still don't know her name exactly. That's why I keep... Oh, Seren. Okay, I'm seeing it in the title right now. Seren, if that's how you pronounce it. But yes, this battle was by far the best battle in this entire arc so far. Hell, I think I'd go as far as to say this is one of the best battles for anime canon, period. You know, obviously the manga material has way insaner stuff going on, but this really had crazy tactics. It had a very dire situation, and all around it was just a well animated and cool, interesting fight. I like her bow. I like the sound effect her arrows make when she shoots them. I love the little, you know, sound thing she's got going on, kind of reminiscent of the Sound Ninja 5 from the original Naruto series. But it is different, you know. She uses it to detect and locate them. Anyways, by masking his movements under the thunder, you know, Boruto managed to pull one out. You know, Kagura seriously got injured. That moment was pretty crazy to me. His reaction and that sound he made when he got shot through the throat, bro, like he was about to bleed out. It was a crazy situation, honestly. It got my blood pumping for a minute, which is why it was such a good fight. But in the end, Boruto uses the thunder to hide his movements, so that she can't really track him like that. Ends up getting Kagura to safety, and they pull a dub out on her. You know, it was some good shit. But with how dramatic this fight really was, it gets me asking myself, why are they fighting again? For the nature of the sea? Like, what the fuck? The motive behind the Funato clan is so whack to me, bro. Like, what are y'all fighting for? To fucking preserve the sea's nature? Like, doesn't that seem so anticlimactic for how dramatic some of these fights are? For me, it does. It really does. Anyway, Sarada shows up asking, has anyone been injured? I don't know, Sarada. Maybe if you were fucking active in this arc at all, you would know. Literally, she hasn't been doing shit in this arc, bro. It makes me so annoyed how much the main characters feel like such side characters in this arc for no reason. Boruto especially. Boruto, this is your show, is it not? Anyways, I digress. They kind of have this little moment with that one girl who was planning to kill Kagura in his sleep to escape their imprisonment. And she kind of, like, you know, you could see that she kind of warms up to Kagura and them, similarly to what Metal Lee did for her. Metal Lee ended up saving her as well, and she's kind of like feeling like, oh, maybe I shouldn't kill these people. You could see it in her face. I could tell the intention of what the writers were trying to do here, and personally, that is a fail. That is a fail. They did it so quickly. They fucked this up, because if they really wanted to make this interesting and juicy, they should have dragged out her frustration. I would have loved to see her join the Funata and then end up having to fight her convict friends. You know what I mean? That would have been fucking some heat, bro. That would have been some dramatic ass shit. And then maybe at the end there, she would have a revelation moment of what she really wants, type shit, you know? But this seems like it started in the last episode and it's gonna end somewhere in this episode. If not this episode, because it feels like it ended this episode, then the next episode is gonna end. And her character arc of wanting to kill Kagura to get her freedom is gonna end in a matter of one fucking episode. Please, why did you do this? This would have been such a great moment to have throughout the arc, just have as a side thing in addition to everything else going on. Because it was the most interesting thing in this arc so far. It really was. There was build up to it. A lot of this arc has to do with Kagura and these 3 inmates, and how he wants to help them. So this would have been so perfect for that, and it would have made it more dramatic and interesting. But they kind of just started it and ended it in the blink of an eye. I hate when they do that. Like, damn, let it breathe. Let that concept breathe some more. Have some drama there, man. Anyways, Ikuta figures out that his sister got slashed up. He learns that it was Kagura and Boruto, and for some reason he gets mad. Like, Ikuta, why the fuck are you mad, bro? That you knew what your sister was doing. You knew that there was a war going on here, and you knew your sister was a part of that. Why would you get mad at Boruto for doing what he did when he was attacked? Like, what the hell are you thinking? Maybe they're just telling him, they're not telling him the whole story. Maybe they're just telling him that, oh, they attacked first type shit. But honestly, it's like, you can't even be mad at that because that's what your sister signed up for. This was the war. So I don't understand Ikuta's reaction at the end here, with the angry eyebrows, like, oh, now I'm gonna get revenge on Boruto for fucking hitting my sister, even though I knew she was a part of this fucking clan that are attacking them. They're attacking the Mist and anyone allied with them. And then Boruto's over here talking about, oh, I wonder why she was targeting me. Motherfucker, what do you think? Do you not know that she is a part of the Funata yet? It's pretty clear. I don't understand why these characters are acting oblivious to some of these things, as if they ain't already know what was going on. Like, damn, I know the arc is boring, but I would think at least the characters know what's going on. Anyways, episode 242, I have to give it a 3, and I'm only giving it a 3 for the fight. The fight was the best part of this episode and probably the best part of this arc so far. I really enjoyed Boruto and Kagura versus Seiren. And yeah, that's the only thing really carrying this episode for me, bro. If it wasn't for that fight, shit, I'll give it a 2. I'll give it a 1. Like, honestly, wasn't doing much for me, man. And some of the concepts that I liked from last episode kind of, just got shitted on in this episode a little bit with the convict, Now listen, there's nothing wrong with having an anime only arc, but you have to have good content in that anime arc or people are just gonna keep being mad. I see plenty of comments on Crunchyroll, for example, with people just not really enjoying the episode. Of course, there's some people who like it, and if you like it, more power to you, whatever. This is just one man's opinion. Who the fuck cares, right? But at the end of the day, I'm telling you guys why we stopped reacting to this, and it's because, bro, we're just gonna shit on every episode pretty much. Like, yeah, man, honestly, I don't know what you guys want us to say. It's been 200 plus episodes of anime only content that has been the same result and has the same reaction from us. If you get shit on constantly, like someone is just shitting on your face, and you realize you don't like getting shit on your face, are you going to continue to just sit there and let that person shit on your face? No, you're going to stop. You're going to walk away and you're going to be done with it. So really, no one needs to watch the rest of this arc to know that they're not going to enjoy it. If you don't enjoy it at this point, you don't enjoy it, period. I don't need to see the end to really conclude whether or not this arc was good to me. And for some of you to insinuate that that's what I have to do is actually ridiculous, and it's dumb. Like, we have another strong case of fanboyism with the Boruto community, unfortunately. Like, we got to be real with this series, bro. And yeah, there's gonna be a couple things here and there that we like, but for the most part, it always disappoints us in one way or another, and I'm just being honest. I hope there's more to it, but I doubt it. This is how Boruto operates. They introduced a conflict and resolve it the next episode. If not the next episode, then in the same episode. So that's how this fucking show operates. It's terrible writing, in my opinion, but yeah, there it is.